Welcome everybody to my new video, The Laughing God Decoded. This is a Warhammer character from a book from Gav Thorpe, The Hairs of the Laughing God. In this video we will be speaking about the Laughing God, of course, the Joker, the Harlequins and the Jesters. The Laughing God is 138 in English Ordinal, matching Slaughter Race. And if you've watched my video about Slaughter Race, you will see that this Laughing God is related to Slaughter. Then we have Living in a Box and Time Prison. In Chaldean we have What is the Purpose of the Phoenix? And 138 plus 831 is 969. And this is the orbital speed of Saturn. The Laughing God is 55 in Chaldean, and here we can see clearly that it is a perfect match to the Green Goblin. Other words in Chaldean with 55 are the Green Wizard, that is the Wizard of Oz, God Cernunnos, that is related to Cern, and that is the Green Man. Reborn Again and Again, this is a reference to the reincarnation, and also to the Phoenix, Secret Destroyer, Murder Weapon, The Controller, Under Hypnosis and Deep Hypnosis, The Scriptwriter, Predestination, Bottomless Pit, The Looking Glass, Infinite Loop, The Hidden One, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Ox, Lion, Eagle, Man, The Fixed Cross, Parasitic Hive Mind, What is Brainwashing, Slave Race Planet, Satanic Witchcraft, 322 that are the numbers of Skulls and Bones, Lucifer's Number, The Black Sun Cult, The Archon's Trap, The Killing Moon, Spinning Wheel, that is the Wheel of Reincarnation, and Electromagnetic. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number and the 10th triangular number. This matches the Wheel of Fortune Tarot card. 55 appears at the 130th digit of pi, and this is one of the atomic masses of element xenon. Xenon is represented by X and E, and Xi is 10 in Chaldean, that is the Wheel of Fortune, and you can also see the 55. Xenon comes from the Greek xenos, that means stranger, and the stranger is 135 in English Ordinal, matching Scarlet and Gold, that are the colors of the Phoenix, Evil Sprite, so this is showing us the nature of this Laughing God, the Game Master, so this is telling us that what is running the game is the Laughing God. And in Chaldean we have 39, matching element Ephraim, and here you can see this symbol of the satellite emitting the orange waves. And you can see the orange in the middle of the wheel. With 39 in Chaldean we have Artificial Mind, so this is a reference to the artificial intelligence, to the AI, then God's Voice, The Sound, Mind Parasite, so this AI is a mind parasite, so those frequencies emitted by the Laughing God are the parasite. Inception, Long Waves, so this is telling us the nature of the frequencies. Computer, Time Loop, so this is indicating us that these frequencies are causing the time loop. Father Time, this is Saturn, and we had the reference to Saturn at the beginning. Stuck in a Box, and we had Living in a Box before. Wormhole and The Black Sun. The laughing god is 666 in the Fibonacci cipher, matching the Saturn matrix. In 666, the 666 is the 36th triangular number, and it matches element krypton, and krypton is 29, matching Yaldabaoth. So once again, this is pointing out the demiurge. And with 36 in Chaldean, we have Phoenix, Baphomet, Scorpion, Saturn Cycle, and Scarab Beetle that represents death and regeneration, Prison Grid, Spider Web, Green Twin, so it always goes back to this green twin. That is the Green Man, that is Cernunnos, that is the Green Goblin, Oz. Then we have Sacred Spiral, DreamWorks, Prison DNA, Radioactivity, Accelerator, this is the particle accelerator, Digital Dreams, the Magnet, and the accelerators, the cyclotrons, have magnets, Overlord, and Imposter. Laughing is 79 in English ordinal, 231 in primes, and 27 in Chaldean. This matches element cobalt, that means goblin, and it represents the green goblin. The atomic mass of cobalt is 58, matching Ram God and the Jack. And we saw the Jack in my decode about the green goblin and the Joker. Now 231 that we saw with primes matches the atomic mass of element protactinium. With 231 we have the Lord is my shepherd, computer-generated dream, radio frequency waves. So this is a confirmation that what is emitting those radio frequency waves is this laughing god, that is the Green Goblin and the Joker. Then we have quantum technology. 231 is the 21st triangular number, matching the Jack, and we had the Jack with the 58 in English ordinal. Then we have Hook, and we saw in my previous video about the Green Goblin and the Joker that the Jack was the Hook. We have Pirate, this means the hijacker. Saturn, so this is the third time we have the reference to Saturn in this presentation. Babylon, this is the system of the matrix. Ram God, and we had Ram God with 58 in English ordinal, related to the Green Goblin and the element cobalt. The Ram, this is the same. Script and VR game. Element protactinium is the 91st element of the periodic table, matching the Ram God. So you see on this slide we have the Ram God 3 times, with the 91, with the 58, and with the 21. Then we have Phoenix, Death Machine, Prison, and Battery. So this is a prison planet, and we are used as batteries. In Chaldean with 91 we have Saturn, the Keeper of Time, and we had Saturn with the 21. Then we have poisonous frequencies. So once again we can see that it's all about the poisonous frequencies sent to keep us in the matrix. Then we have the Phoenix resurrected, and we had Phoenix in English ordinal with the same number. And deceptive counterfeit. So this is telling us that the matrix is a counterfeit. It's a copy made by the demiurge. Laughing is 79 in English ordinal, matching the word murder. In Chaldean with 79 we have frequencies transmitter, we just saw that. Computer programming, central processor unit, and Big Brother is watching you. And 79 is the 22nd prime number, and in the Tarot this matches the Fool. The Fool can be at position 0 in the tarot or position 22. And we saw that the Fool was the Joker. So we just saw the Fool card, and the Fool is 39 in Chaldean, matching element Ephraim. And here again we have the satellite emitting the orange waves. Now 79 is linked to element gold that has an atomic mass of 196. And with 196 in English ordinal we have reincarnation trap, the place of suffering, telepathic control, the phoenix reborn, triangular prism. What is the black sun? Who is the parasite? It seems that the black sun is the parasite. The Archon's matrix. Just an illusion. Astral time travel. Astral projection. And with 196 we had It the Killer Clown. And in the video about the Green Goblin and the Joker we saw that they were the same as It the Killer Clown. And in the Fibonacci cipher we have the foe. This means our enemy. So this Fool is our enemy. So to go back with the Fool with 39, in Chaldean we have Jack-o'-lantern. And we saw that all those green characters represent jack-o'-lanterns. In the video about the Green Goblin we saw that the Green Goblin was a jack-o'-lantern. Then we have the trident. We always have this trident. Projector. The black sun. So here again we have the black sun. We had it with 196. Time loop. Who is Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh? This is the Tetragrammaton. Computer. Father Time, that is Saturn. The undead. Saturn's cycle. The parasite, mind parasite, inception, the airwaves, and this is related to those orange waves, those orange frequencies, and artificial mind, that is the AI. So we saw that laughing was 79 in English ordinal and 79 appears at the 13th digit of pi. And 13 matches the Death Tarot card. Laughing was 231 in primes, matching the atomic mass of element protactinium, that is the 91st element of the periodic table, and 91 is the 13th triangular number, so back to these Death Tarot cards. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter which cipher you are using, they will always lead to the same conclusion. So here, those two numbers are leading to the Death Tarot card. So laughing was 27 in Chaldean, matching element cobalt, that means goblin. And the atomic mass of cobalt is 58. And with 58, remember, we had the Jack. That is the Joker. This is why the Joker is always laughing. With 58, we also have Ram God, that we saw several times. And with 58 we have this very important word, that is puppet master. So this is showing us that what is running this place is really this laughing god. Then we have Lord Voldemort. And the name of Lord Voldemort is very important because it means stealer of death, or the stealer of the dead, the thief of the dead. And the Green Lantern feeds on the emanations of dead people. Then we have Intel Processor. This is the computer. Quantum Internet. Remote control. And in this matrix we are controlled remotely. The Underworld. This is where we live. Clockwork Orange. You can see it on the Wheel of Fortune card. And this is a movie based on mind control. The vicious circle, which is pi. Over the rainbow, this is a reference to the land of Oz. Magnetic attraction, residual self-image. This is what we are in the matrix. Project blue beam. And we are holograms, and the project blue beam is all about holograms. The hand of God. The ribbed tunnel, this is the tunnel of reincarnation. Belly of the beast. The sea of space. Angels and demons. The synchrotron, this is the particle accelerator. Reboot the matrix. God is a computer. What is the machine? Morpheus is God. And in my videos about the god of sleep, I speak a lot about Morpheus. That is what is keeping us asleep in the matrix, and it is linked to the cyclotron, and the synchrotron, that is a type of cyclotron. Slaughterhouse. We are in a slaughterhouse. The orange waves. So again, the symbol of element Ephraim linked to the Fool. And the Fool is the Joker. It is this laughing god. The biodigital matrix. The tetrahedron. Land of torture. That is hell. The destruction. You are a slave, Neo, from the movie The Matrix, and concentric circles. These are the orange waves that we see in the Ephraim symbol. And 58 appears at the 10th digit of pi. So here again we are going back to this Wheel of Fortune card. It represents the wheel of reincarnation, being recycled over and over again. And of course 10 is represented by this letter X. This is the Roman number 10. It has the shape of an X. And if you look at the laughing god, it has those two crossed spades, those two crossed swords that form the X. And of course the X represents Osiris, reason. This is why you see a lot of celebrities doing the X. On this slide you can see that both the 79 in English ordinal and the atomic mass of element cobalt lead to the full tarot card. 79 is the 22nd prime number and 58 is the 22nd digit of the golden ratio. The laughing god is 666 in the Fibonacci cipher, and 666 is 27 in Chaldean, matching element cobalt that represents the goblin, and laughing was 27 in Chaldean. So this is just another layer showing that the laughing god is the goblin, and the goblin, as you know, means mischievous spirit. So now knowing this, we can understand better why the Joker is always shown laughing, because he is a representation of the laughing god. And as we could see in the G-code about the Green Goblin and the Joker, it shows that the Joker and the Green Goblin are both psychopaths and killers. And it's linked to the Killing Joke, etc. The title of this book says it all. Heirs of the Laughing God, A Deadly Wit. So a deadly wit is 104 in English ordinal, matching element Rutherfordium, and we can see this circle. This circle is pi, the ring. And in Chaldean we have 30 matching the rabbit medicine card that represents the demiurge. And in Chaldean with 30 we have Jehovah. Jehovah is the tetragrammaton. We also have the Lord. So this is telling us that the God of the Old Testament is an evil and deadly wit, deadly spirit. Of course, with 30 we also have demiurge, REM dreams, the dream, nightmare, Dr. Sleep, so this is all related to the god of sleep. Then we have the cube of Saturn, Time Lord, also Saturn. Hooked, we are hooked to the matrix. Torture, 1.21 gigawatts. This is related to the DeLorean in Back to the Future. Life game, Minotaur, monster, Remphan, snake god, the snake, algorithm, and numerical. So going back to element Rutherfordium, the image explanation says, the abstract metallic symbol and background are inspired by imagery from early and modern particle accelerators. So it's always going back to this particle accelerator. Hairs of the Laughing God is 218 in English ordinal matching. The hypnotic spiral. And of course, hypnosis is linked to Hypnos, that is the god of sleep. Then the particle accelerator, so here we have it again. So both a deadly wit and hairs of the Laughing God are linked to the particle accelerator. Then we have quantum computer. Hairs of the Laughing God is 86 in Chaldean, matching element radon, that is linked to radiations and this green color of the matrix. The atomic weight of radon is 222. The radiation on people is 222. And in English ordinal with 222 we also have Morpheus, god of dreams, Saturn the Time Lord. The machine is a 3D printer. Who is the imposter? Well, this deadly wit. Parasitic energy form, so it is describing what it is. This reality is evil. The man behind the curtain. This is the Wizard of Oz, of course. The computer hardware and the victim of sleeping death. This is the spell we are under in the Matrix. The name of the Laughing God is Segorach, and is also called the Great Harlequin, the Great Fool, and the First Fool. He is one of the gods of Eldar mythology and the central figure of Harlequin belief. So the Harlequins is what people see on DMT. They are entities here in the astral realm. The description says, he is a trickster god known to be mocking, sinister, vindictive, and enigmatic. So yeah, the trickster god, right? And known to be mocking. This is the Mockingjay. Sinister, vindictive, so this is a good description of Jehovah, the jealous god. His pranks and jokes punish gods and mortals alike for the sin of pride. And he is apparently the only authority that the Harlequins recognize. So, Segorach is 29 in Chaldean, matching Yaldabaoth, so this is very clear that this is the demiurge. 29 is the 10th prime number, so here again we are back to the Wheel of Fortune that we had again and again during this presentation. And 10 is this letter X. And if you look at the X inside the Wheel of Fortune, you will see Yod He Vav He. So this is the demiurge. Segorach is Yod He Vav He, and it is the demiurge. Now, Segorach is 16 English ordinal matching element neodymium, that means the new twin. And with 16 English ordinal we have orange. And his color is orange. The Wheel of Fortune is orange. And we saw before that he is the one sending the orange waves. In Chaldean we have two interesting expressions with 60. Plasma Apocalypse, and World of Fantasy. And yes, we live in this world of fantasy where we hallucinate this. So Segorach is 29 in Chaldean, and 29 appears at the 186th digit of pi. With 186 we have Sopor Eternus, which means eternal sleep. Life is an illusion. We are in a computer. We are stuck in hell. The world is a stage. Electromagnetic field and tricked by the light. And it's interesting that tricked by the light is 186 because the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. 29 appears at the 174th digit of the golden ratio, and with 174 in English ordinal we have black cube of Saturn, black cube frequency, orange frequency, so we can see that this orange frequency is linked to the black cube of Saturn. The fallen spirit, 222, that is linked to the radiation on people. The looking glass, hypnotic spell, number of the beast, the reincarnation, DeLorean time machine, DNA printing device, the underground, and induced nightmares. And 174 is the atomic mass of element lutetium that represents Lucifer. Segorach is 60 in English ordinal, and 60 appears at the 127th digit of pi. With 127 in English ordinal we have Deus Ex Machina, the Dream Machine, Magnetic Trap, DreamWorks, and Under a Spell. And in Chaldean we have What is the purpose of this planet? We are food for the energy vampires and the embodiment of demonic entities. And 127 is the atomic mass of element tellurium that represents the Earth. So this seems to be telling us that the Earth is the dream machine. And 60 appears at the 68th digit of the golden ratio, matching in Chaldean Yahweh the Deceiver, Phoenix Weapon, Down the Rabbit Hole, The Path of Saturn, Number of the Beast, What is the Great Reset, Telepathic Illusion, and Artificial Intelligence. We saw that another name for Segorach was the Great Harlequin, and the Great Harlequin is 58 in Chaldean, and we saw that number before because it is the atomic mass of element cobalt, that means goblin, and we had the 58 with laughing being 27, matching the atomic mass of cobalt. So with 58 we had the Jack, Puppet Master, Lord Voldemort, Clockwork Orange, the Synchrotron, the Orange Waves, etc. And we had seen that 58 appeared at the 10th digit of pi, matching the Wheel of Fortune, and 58 being at the 22nd digit of the golden ratio, matching the Fool. Now the Great Harlequin is 189 in English ordinal, matching one of the atomic masses of element osmium. OS is 10, so once again we have the Wheel of Fortune. And remember, the Jack starts with a J, and J is the 10th letter of the alphabet. Osmium is the 76th element of the periodic table, and with 76 in English ordinal we have Machine Elf. And this is very interesting because people who had DMT experiences describe machine elves. In Chaldean with 76 we also have Wheel of Fortune. So you see that Segorach, the Laughing God, the Great Harlequin are always leading to this Wheel of Fortune. We have this reference 3 times here. One with Oz being 10, then the 58 appearing at the 10th digit of pi, and now with the expression Wheel of Fortune. With 76 in Chaldean, we also have Reincarnation, Soul Trap, the 7 rainbow colors, the Lord is my shepherd, the source of energy, Master of Puppets, and we had Puppet Master with 58 in Chaldean. Master of Deception, who is the jealous god. This is a reference to Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the god of the Old Testament, and he is of course the Tetragrammaton. Electromagnetic field, trapped in the machine, quantum entanglement, the Matrix game of life, the movie projector, frequency poisoning. So it's not the first time that we have the reference to the poisonous frequencies. Osiris is the Green Goblin, the Emerald City of Oz. Are we food for God? This is a reference to the Louche. And the Sleeping Satellite. And if you watch my video about the sleeping satellite, in this song you see the X and Osiris. Harlequin is 29 in Chaldean, matching Segorach. So this is a confirmation that the laughing god Segorach is a Harlequin. And of course with 29 we have Yaldabaoth, the Demiurge. And in the periodic table, element 29 is copper. And if you look at the symbol, we have this X, that is the number 10. In English ordinal, Harlequin is 105, and with 105 we have Death on Fire, The World, Father Time, so again it is related to Saturn, Inception, and we will see the importance of it in the next slide, Time Loop, and To Lie Hidden, so it's always telling us that it is a hidden mechanism. And 105 is the 14th triangular number, matching God, Satan, Oz, and Time in Chaldean. 105 appears at the 14th digit of pi, matching element indium, and you can see it says in, like Inception. Harlequin matches Inception in 19 different ciphers, so this is huge. And we can wonder if they have incepted this entity in our subconscious mind. We saw that 105 was linked to the 49 in pi, and with 49 we have matrix hologram and hologram reality. We also have Highway to Hell, Yellow Brick Road, the Beast System, Down in a Hole, Upside Down, referring to the upside down reality we are in, The Walking Dead, Fake Universe, Born in Bondage, Movie Theater, We Are in a Movie, The Nephilims, Underground, Monarch MK Ultra, The Law of Karma, Wheel of Karma, so again this Wheel of Reincarnation, Eternal Return, Space-Time Trap, Soul Transfer, The Simulation, Demonic Entity. So this is what this laughing god is. Predator Prey, this is the system running this matrix. Five-pointed star. This reality is evil. Harvest Moon, Antichrist system, Eternal Sleep, Just an Illusion, Fibonacci Spiral, Numerical Code, The 72 Archons, One More Time, Memory implant. So this is interesting here. It is related to the Inception. The Hobgoblin. So here again we have the confirmation that the laughing god is the goblin. Land of Slavery. The Terminator. Astral Time Travel and Eye of Horus. Another name of the laughing god is the Great Fool. And remember, we had the Fool card many times in this presentation. So the Great Fool is 54 in Chaldean, matching element Xenon, that is the X. Xe was 10, matching the Wheel of Fortune. And with 54 in Chaldean, we have the Machine Elf. So this is a confirmation of what we had before with the Great Harlequin, that was linked to the Machine Elf through element osmium. With 54 in Chaldean, we also have the Jealous God. So this is the God of the Old Testament, Jehovah, Yahweh, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the Tetragrammaton. We also have Dungeon Master, the Dung Eon. And this makes sense with everything I've shown before in the video about Slaughter Race, with the Sewer, and in my last video about the Mockingjay. Then we have Hypnotic Trance, the Dream Machine, Dreams Transmitter. So we can really see once again that this is really the god of sleep running this reality, keeping us asleep in the Matrix. Then the Virtual Reality, Living on Video, Haunted Machine, the Digital Spider, Blood Control, and this machine feeds on blood. Trapped in Hell, Inverted World, The Matrix Has You, The Burning Lion, this is Leonardo, and this is the Phoenix, and Lost in the Maze. 54 appears at the 191st digit of pi, and this is one of the atomic masses of element osmium, that is the 76th element of the periodic table. And with 76 we had Machine Elf. So everything is pointing out that the Laughing God is a Machine Elf. We had it with the Great Harlequin, and we have it again here with the Great Fool. Extremely low frequency is 86 in Chaldean, matching element Radon, that we've seen earlier in this presentation. With 86 in Chaldean, we have computer-generated game and Who is the Wizard of Oz. And with the atomic mass of Radon, 222, we had Morpheus, God of Dreams, Saturn, the Time Lord, the machine is a 3D printer, Who is the Imposter, Parasitic Energy Form, this reality is evil, the man behind the curtain. And this is a good answer to the question, Who is the Wizard of Oz? The computer hardware and victim of sleeping death. Extremely low frequencies 369 in Francis Bacon. So I think that this 369 is the parasitic system of the demiurge. Extremely low frequency is 969 in primes. And remember, we had the Laughing God being 138 in English ordinal. When you add up 138 and its opposite 831, you get 969, and this is the orbital speed of Saturn. Here you can see that the Laughing God is related to death. Here on the right you can see clearly that it is related to Saturn, this character holding this weapon that has the shape of Saturn's scythe. And on the left you can see that this character has big long teeth, so it is also another representation of It the Killer Clown, of the Shark, the printer of the Matrix, the Green Goblin, the Joker. They all have long sharp teeth. Here we have a movie called The Man Who Laughs that was inspired by a novel by Victor Hugo from 1869, and this movie was made in 1928, so this character has been around for quite a long time. And of course the Joker character was inspired by this one. And on the poster you can see the color green of this man, and you can see death with the men hanging. And this reminded me of God Pet 2, where we have the picture of this hanging man on the blackboard and the shark on the left setting fire to the house. And of course all those characters with big sharp teeth represent the Predator, that is the printer of the Matrix. And I made a whole video showing sharks movies with the fire element and the explosions. And if you haven't, you can watch this video and see the impressive amount of movies showing the same pattern. The Man Who Laughs is 63 in Chaldean, and with 63 we have mischievous spirit. So the numbers always tell us that what is running this reality is mischievous. Then we have the 5-pointed star, and we saw that it was the symbol of the deity running the Matrix. I speak about the 5-pointed star in my video about The Simpsons, Final Boss Decoded, and also in the Decode about the Sleeping Satellite song. Then we have the land of slavery, Shiva the Destroyer, Black Cube of Saturn. So Saturn and the Black Cube of Saturn is always involved. Then we have Particle Accelerator, Emerald Computer, and Supercomputer. And 63 is linked to element Europium, and to me this element is your opium. And opium is used by Morpheus to put people asleep in the Matrix. Here you can see clearly that the Man Who Laughs is related to the Joker, and the Killing Joke is something I have decoded in my video about the Green Goblin and the Joker, and this is key to understand the entity running this Matrix, because it is a killer, a serial killer, but it does it laughing. I mean, it really has fun killing. And yes, it is a sadistic entity, laughing at the suffering of people. And we saw that the laughing god has a sense of humor and irony. So this song from Depeche Mode, Blasphemous Rumors, came to my mind. I mean, do they know something? So the song of Depeche Mode was speaking about a 16-year-old girl who wanted to commit suicide and was bored of life, and she failed her suicide. And finally, when she was 18, she wanted to live, she fell in love with life, and she got a car accident. This is the irony of the architect. And we can see this pattern in the movie Soul, in which Joe dreams about becoming a professional jazz pianist, and he has a boring life as a teacher, and is not happy, and finally when he gets an audition and was about to give the concert he had been dreaming about all his life, he died just before the concert. This is typical of what the architect does. And we can see the same pattern in The Good Place, in which people who thought they were in the good place ended up living a nightmare. And it shows how the entities mess up with people. So, going back to the Harlequin, there is a game called Harlequin Death Jester. And we have 68 in Chaldean, matching Yahweh the Deceiver. And you can see that this figure is green and purple, just like the Green Goblin. Other expressions with 68 is Phoenix Weapon, Down the Rabbit Hole, The Path of Saturn, Number of the Beast, What is the Great Reset, Telepathic Illusion, Artificial Intelligence, and Masonic Organization. And we will see that there is a very specific one related to the jesters. Death Jester is 115 in English Ordinal, matching the Demiurge, Green Twin, and Morpheus. So once again we can see that the Demiurge is the laughing god, that is a death jester, and Morpheus is the god of dreams, and I've been saying that what is running this matrix is the god of dreams for months. 115 matches element Moscovium, that has the symbol of an X, and we've been seeing the X through the Wheel of Tarot card over and over again. And if you remember, the X is the same as the J. J is letter number 10. And it's interesting to note that Death Jester matches the Demiurge in 11 different ciphers. Death Jester is 39 in Chaldean, matching element Ephraim, that has the symbol of the orange waves emitted by a satellite. So we can see that the entity running this place, that is the Joker, the Green Goblin, it goes by many names: Jehovah, Yahweh, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the Tetragrammaton, the Fool, the Great Harlequin, the Death Jester. This is what is emitting those deadly frequencies. Death jesters are known for their morbid and ironic sense of humor, and their mocking laughter is known to signal impending death. I will decode mocking laughter in next slide. Death jesters seek new and inventive ways to terrorize and eventually kill their victims. They can sometimes be heard humming softly in the midst of battle, and will occasionally pause to bow or offer mocking applause to a foe. Killing a foe is not enough for a death jester. To make war worthwhile, they must intersperse murder with ironic humor. So the word humming is very interesting here. To me, this is a reference to the hummingbird, that is, the humming noise emitted by Saturn. Then they speak about the Brotherhood of Death Jesters, and what they are speaking about in the video game exists in real life. There is an order of the Jesters in Freemasonry. The Death Jester is 148 in English ordinal, matching the Killing Joke, so you can clearly see the link with the Joker. Then we have the Green Twin, the Opponent, and the False World. In Jewish we have 1111, matching the Architect of the Matrix. So we can deduce that the Architect of the Matrix is a Death Jester. In English Sumerian we have a triple number, 888. This could be a reference to the Lion's Gate. And in reverse squares we have 4 4s. So this is 16, and 16 is Hell in Chaldean. Now Mocking Laughter is 164 in English ordinal, matching the Serial Killer, the Grand Architect, demonic entities, and low frequency. Okay, so the Serial Killer matches very well the Death Jester. And we have the Grand Architect, while we had the Architect of the Matrix in Jewish. 164 appears at the 68th digit of pi, matching Harlequin Death Jester. So you see the logic here. Mocking Laughter linked to the Harlequin Death Jester. And with 68 we have Yahweh the Deceiver. It's always him depicting himself through different characters and under different names. In alchemy, 68 matches element erbium that has the symbol of an urn. So you see there is always a link with death. Mocking Laughter is 54 in Chaldean, matching the Great Fool. And we saw that this was one of the names of the laughing god. And when I broke down the Great Fool, we saw that it was the equivalent of the Machine Elf and the Jealous God as well in Chaldean. It's always coming back to Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament. He is a nasty entity. Death Jesters also appear in Assassin's Creed. And this is kind of logic because they are criminals. On the picture on the right you can see the skull representing death on the flag. On the picture on the left you can see the crossed arms forming the X. And we've seen the meaning of the X. The X is the Jack, and the X is related to the wheel of reincarnation, and it is also linked to Osiris Reason. So this is the order I was talking about. I had found information, and strangely enough the Explorer got blocked. But fortunately I had copied the text, so this is not from me, this is something I found on the internet. Maybe you can do some research and look into it yourself. So I'm just going to leave it here so that you can read it and hope my video won't be taken down. So this was all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found the information useful. Bye bye.